Welcome. This is an out-of-the-pack review of the Space Marine Deredeo Dreadnought by Forge World. So I've just picked this up this week from Forge World itself, down in Nottingham at their Warhammer World store. And yeah, this is the Space Marine Deredeo Dreadnought. Cost of this kit is £35 UK. That's for the main body. There's also two weapon systems as well that go with it. The arm-mounted weapon system costs £18, and the upper torso weapon system costs a further £12. So adding those up, the total cost of a complete Deredeo Dreadnought is £65. So let's dive on in and open this up and see what we've got. So first we've got the typical Forge World photocopy instructions. We've all seen these before. We've got the now common working with resin model kit guide and quality control sign off. Today's quality control has been brought to us by none other than GT, who inspected this kit on the 3rd of October. So yeah, let's see, GT, how well you did at quality control. Let's look at what I've got. Typical 60mm base. Let's take a look at the main body. So yeah, this is the torso of the Deredeo Dreadnought. This looks a nicely cast piece. Just a little bit of mould slippage here, which you can see there. A little bit of the usual sort of Forge World production gunk. But yeah, that's good. You can easily fix that, nothing serious there. Next we've got feet. The Deredeo Dreadnought has a pair of absolutely enormous feet. I think these are like stabilising clamps because of the very heavy weapons that the Dreadnought mounts. These help stabilise it when firing. Two upper legs. They look good, nice details. A little bit of clean up on the inside. Yeah, that's good. The lower legs. A bit shiny and slimy with some release agent, but no issues on the casting front, I would say, so that's nice. Here is the waist, the waist joint, the waist unit. So legs click in here. Yeah, it's not. There's a little bit of mould slippage there. You can just see how it's slightly offline. However, I think this is going to fit into this recessed area here. So once it's cleaned up and in there, it's not going to be noticeable. So that's fine. Next up, we've got the secondary weapon systems that mount on the underside of the torso. So you've got a choice here of a pair of twin-linked heavy bolt guns or twin-linked heavy flamers. So you're only going to use one of those. So you've got the option to magnetise if you want to be able to swap them out, or you've got some nice spares if you want to that you could use on another model. And finally, we've got what we've got here. So we've got the head, got two knee pads, and the exhaust stack for the power pack. A couple of, you can just see those there. Got a couple of air bubbles on the knee pads. A little bit of mould slippage there, but sometimes air bubbles can be really annoying if you're on fine detail. But those are in a place that's easy to fill, so we can accept that. So GT, I think we'll give you a 9 out of 10. It's pretty good, no real issues. So that's the main body kit. Now let's move on to the weapons. So first up we have this, which is called the Dreadnought, Deredeo Dreadnought autocannons. In the game it's actually the Ambulance Pattern autocannon battery. Yeah, I've opened these up already. Check this out. These are absolutely huge autocannons. Enormous weapons compared to the size of Dreadnought and just autocannons in general. Very nicely cast piece. These look really good. Interesting thematic or sort of like style points on these. If you these are very similar to the Space Marine autocannon Legion heavy weapons, so it's nice to see the sculptor keep the style of the weapons consistent between different models. They're also similar to the Reaper autocannons carried by Heresy era Terminators as well. It's very good. Here's a second Anvilus autocannon, if we're going to get the camera to focus on it. I think there's the possibility of drilling out the ends of the autocannon barrels here to fully expose the detail on the muzzle brakes. I think I might well do that. That'll look really good, that, once it's done. Good. So those autocannons are fed by these nice chunky ammunition feeds. Yeah, that's very nicely cast. No issues there. And the second feed, one for each autocannon. Again, that looks really nice. Well cast piece. And those feeds connect to these two enormous ammo hoppers, which attach to the rear of the Dreadnought. Got a little bit of mould slippage going on, and an air bubble there. You see that? Just there, there's an air bubble. That can easily be filled. Bit of mould slippage here though. And that's also just carrying around the back a bit here. Although that's in such a place as to be pretty easy to correct with a bit of knife work, so that's fine. And then finally, we've got the actual arm joints. So the autocannons attach here, and that mounts into the side of the torso. A little bit of mould slippage again. You just see it running on the inside there. It goes across the detail, but I think that can be easily corrected, so no big issue there. Very good. Finally, so moving on to the torso weapon system. So before I move on to the actual upper torso weapon system itself, just a point on the kit here, and this is one for you girls at Forge World. So in the game, you don't have to mount an upper torso weapon system. It's an optional extra for the Deredeo Dreadnought. However, we don't get in this kit a finishing cover or a detail piece to go over here in the event that we're not going to mount the weapon system. So that's an oversight on the part of a kit designer here. That should be included to finish a model off if you choose not to mount the heavy weapon there. So there's just a little thing to think about. Anyway, I did buy a weapon for that because it's very useful in the game. That is the Deredeo Dreadnought missile launcher kit. Now this is the Aeolus missile battery from the game. Let's have a look inside of that. So firstly, we've got this part. This is like the body of the turret, and then onto that is going to attach this piece, which is like the targeting cogitator, I suppose you'd say. It's got a radar dome and a set of targeting sensors in there. Very nicely cast. Then onto that turret, you're going to attach these two main missile body pieces themselves. A little bit of mold slippage there, but that can be fixed. Interesting bit of grain line here. I think they make the masters for these. Don't know if you can see it. I think the masters for these, there you go. You can see the layers in the part. The masters of these are made by 3D printing. I think what you can see there is a little bit of a layering that's come through, but a little bit of sanding will get rid of that. Moving on to the second one. Here we go. A little bit of tidy up around here to do. Nothing too bad, a little bit more there. So not quite as well cast, but still quite acceptable, that one. And then finally, the missiles for the Aeolus system itself. These are really, I love these pieces. They're very nice to cast, but they're really, I love all those missiles mounted in the battery. Very, very nicely detailed piece. So there you have it. That is an unboxing review of the Deredeo Pattern Dreadnought. I'm going to put this together over the next few days, and then we'll come back and we'll do a review of the kit and the build itself, and also talk about it in game and its rules. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down in the section below, and thank you for watching.